6 unusual ways that animals are more intelligent than you may realize. 1. Chimpanzees has a better memory than humans. The intelligence of chimpanzees is relatively well known, and as such they are a common target for study by scientists. One way a chimp's memory has been studied is through hiding food under colored boxes in front of them. The chimps then had to point at a box, and if it contained food, they received it. After this, the memory part comes in, and the boxes are hidden for 15 seconds, after which they can make another choice. On average, chimpanzees were able to remember 4 items, with the best remembering up to 7. Now this does not sound too impressive, but it turns out it is very similar to how humans do on similar tasks. 2. Elephants understand the power of teamwork. The fact elephants are smart is no surprise. Their brain is 3 times larger than a human's, which means they have 3 times the number of brain cells too. In fact, elephant intelligence is well studied, with evidence that they can learn by mimicking, compassion, and even caring for other elephants less fortunate than themselves. These are all traits not often seen within the animal kingdom, as many animals look after only themselves. What is most interesting about elephants is that they can cooperate to achieve a goal. Scientists tested this by putting food in a box, and the only way for the elephants to get the food out is for 2 elephants to simultaneously pull on 2 separate ropes. Elephants were able to do this, and even more impressively, after the elephants had learnt they needed to work together to achieve their goal, they didn't try pulling the ropes unless another elephant is nearby. 3. Dolphins can mimic human actions. That title probably sounds a bit strange. You may be wondering how an animal without arms and legs is able to mimic us, and that simple fact is what makes it impressive. You may have been to a zoo and have seen chimps mimicking you or those around you, but they have the correct limbs to be able to do this. It turns out dolphins can do this too, using their flippers and tail to attempt to mimic what humans are doing. If a human were to float on their back in the water, the dolphin can copy them. If they cross their arms, the dolphin can mimic that also with their flippers. What is even more impressive is a dolphin's other senses are so advanced, they can even mimic human actions if they are blindfolded, which for dolphins means having eye cups placed over their eyes. 4. Pigs can use mirrors. Mirror use is often used as an assessment of whether an animal is able to identify themselves in a mirror, and surprisingly few animals are actually able to do it. If you have a pet, try placing them in front of a mirror and see how they react. Some may even get angry another animal is in their house. Pigs, on the other hand, are able to use them for slightly more complex tasks. Pigs were left with a mirror in their enclosure for around 5 hours, so they could get used to it and how it works, and after this period a food bowl was placed in a spot that the pig could only see through the mirror. Almost all the pigs tested were able to find the food quickly. This is impressive, as it means they were able to not only identify the food in the mirror, but also use the mirror to identify features within their environment and understand that it is a reflection of the real world. Pigs are one of the smartest animals, learning to distinguish random scribbles from those they have seen before, and also move a cursor on a screen using their snout, so perhaps it should be no surprise they are able to use mirrors so effectively. 5. Cows are natural learners. It may come as a surprise to see a second farm animal on this list, especially cows, an animal not known for their intelligence. When you see cows in fields, it looks as if they are just mindlessly wandering around and eating grass, and for the most part that is what they are doing. But what may come as a surprise is that cows have social circles, and avoid cows that have not treated them nicely, and become friends with ones that have. An interesting finding, as it shows cows may actually understand more about social circles than some humans. Another fascinating finding about cows is that when researchers reward cows with a treat for doing well on a task that they were improving on, they had increased heart rate and were more vigorous in their movements than when they were just given a reward for no reason. 6. Octopus mimicry. Octopuses are a bit different to all other creatures on this list, mainly due to them not being mammals, but invertebrates, but do not let that affect your view on them. In fact, octopuses are by far the world's smartest invertebrates, using their strangely shaped body to solve problems in unique ways. For example, an octopus can grip onto a jar and use its extremely flexible arms to open it so that it can eat the contents. This may not seem like it requires much intelligence, but an important point to remember is that jars are designed to be opened by hands with thumbs, something octopuses lack. This is not the limit to their intelligence, however, as mimic octopuses are able to successfully copy other animals to scare off other predators. This means that if they see a creature, they can adapt its body to match that other creature. This is a skill that requires both knowledge of their own body, but also the ability to learn what other creatures look like.